don't know what happened then. It just absolutely went off on me. So I've done this now as Abundance Agenda Making Room 2. So, good morning everyone. Today I normally end with my card, but today I'm going to start with the card of the day. And this is a Louise Hay card, and on the front of it says yes, and above it says, as I say yes to life, life says yes to me. Well, I say yes to that because I think that's amazing. And on the other side it says, life mirrors my every thought. As I keep my thoughts positive, life brings to me only good experiences. And that is really, really true. And however, you know, when you don't know where your next loaf of bread's coming from, how can you be so positive? But you can. It's all about just raising yourself, raising that vibration just a tiny, tiny little bit. As we go through the week, I'm going to do some videos as well. And we're going to do a little bit of kinesiology, we're going to do a little bit of EFT. Well, in my world, it's called tippy tapping. But we talked a little bit yesterday about, you know, our mug of life, and was our glass half full? Is it half empty? In the past, you've probably made a really strong, positive commitment to becoming prosperous in either health, wealth, abundance, love, marriage, whatever. And yet it's still eluding you. By using the vacuum law of prosperity, your quest for prosperity is literally just around the corner, and I mean just around the corner. You do not have to be spiritual, you do not need to have mega knowledge, you do not have to be an absolute bookworm to set the vacuum law of prosperity in motion. All you have to do is start to make room. And when you start to make the room, you start to see life-changing results. Now, for those people who haven't joined the Abundance Agenda, this is a completely free program, ongoing. Every couple of weeks you receive information about different parts, how we're going eventually to manifesting exactly excuse me, exactly what you're wishing for. Rome wasn't built in a day, and manifesting doesn't happen overnight. It's all about learning how to do it properly. So if you haven't joined, I'm really sorry about this, if you haven't joined the Abundance Agenda, Abundance Agenda's website's up, but it's not running properly, it's not finished. So if you go to www.secretlawofattraction.co.uk, and at the top, the tab under Abundance Agenda, if you click on there, fill in the form, and then you'll receive a response back, and then you'll receive your pack, and then you'll be then on the database to collect the information every couple of weeks. And also, if you email me at annette@abundanceagenda.co.uk, sorry, no, it's annette@abundanceagenda.com. I'll put you on the list for Facebook, and you can come and join us on there. When it comes to autumn, if you think about this, the leaves on the trees, they change colour, and eventually they drop off the tree, don't they? And what happens is, it just means that the leaves are no longer essential to the tree, and the tree lets them go without any struggle, because it knows that when it comes to springtime, you know, we all think that nothing happens during the winter, but it's all underground, it's all still working. And when it comes to springtime, the tree knows that those leaves are going to grow back. So, we said yesterday, we talked about our life mug. Well, what exactly are you holding on to? Is it worry? Is it frustration? Is it outdated beliefs? Is it delusion? Or is it unforgiveness? Unforgiveness is like the worst poison ever. And by not forgiving or being unforgiving, you're holding on to things that aren't serving you well. And this means that it's actually cluttering up your life with negative circumstances and conditions, which in effect will affect the way that you lead your day-to-day life. You know, if you look at it this way, we all defragment our computers, don't we? We empty our bins, we tidy our drawers, we clear out our cupboards, we clear out the garden, the shed. And we do all of this because if we don't defragment the computer, it's going to become slow and sluggish. If we don't empty our bins, our gardens and everything are going to be covered with rubbish. If we don't tidy our drawers, they're all going to be overfilling with rubbish. So most of the time, the stuff in the drawers are old envelopes with old, with old bills in them that really aren't doing any good, because anything that sits there for a while just gathers energy and then it becomes stagnant energy. So if you have a life without any prosperity, or when I say prosperity, it doesn't necessarily mean money. If you're unhappy or you haven't got any love in your life, it's a bit similar to having a pipe that's blocked. You know, when a pipe is really blocked and nothing can flow through it. And that's because there's something there, there's something stuck, and it's like an obstruction. Your life isn't any different. You have to remove these obstructions. Like I said yesterday, if you can see these obstacles and things like that, see them as stepping stones. Well, see this obstruction now as something that you're going to remove, and that obstruction, you're going to stand on it, and it's going to be your first step to your success. A life that has got blockages in them there has to be release, because there will be stagnation there, and that stagnation just won't be within your mind, it'll be in your body and your spirit also. And when you start to remove these blockages, honestly, you'll find that the prosperity will start to flow. So how do we remove these things? So let's firstly think about, if you've got a wardrobe full of clothes that literally there's no room for anything else, clear it out. Get rid of it. By making room in your wardrobe, you're actually creating a vacuum, which will eventually be filled with beautiful new clothes, because the universe abhors a vacuum. It's like if you tidy a drawer out, say you clear a drawer, I guarantee you within a week that drawer will start to be filled up again. This is purely and simply because the universe it abhors a vacuum. It doesn't like a vacuum. Now, it might still get filled up with the same stuff, but it's down to you to actually be consciously aware of what you're putting into those drawers. Excuse me, I'm having my favourite drink of the day, water. So, you know, be consciously aware of what you're doing. So, you've created a vacuum there for your clothes. Now, with those clothes, the clothes that you've taken out, give them to somebody less fortunate than you. Give them to a charity. Give them to somebody who's going to wear them. Give them to somebody who's going to really, really appreciate them, who'll cherish them. I'm not saying that you don't, but if there's something that you don't think, if you've not worn something in 6 months, get rid of it. It's that simple. Don't hang on to something for the sake of it. You know, it's memories, isn't it? A lot of them as well. So give them to a charity. Let them go. Make room, create a vacuum, and block that wardrobe pipe. And do it with like an empowering feeling that, wow, this is not just for me, this is helping someone else too. So, you know, prosperity comes when you've deliberately prepared a space for it. We'll talk a little bit about more decluttering in a while, but another one I'd like to just touch on today is mental housekeeping. Mental housekeeping I'm a big big fan of Catherine Ponder. I think that woman was truly, truly amazing. And Catherine talks an awful lot about mental housekeeping. And like she said, if you're holding on to anger, unforgiveness, and any other negative thoughts or attitudes, acknowledge them and release what is not working for you. We pay attention to our detail within our home by keeping it clean. We keep it tidy. We keep it respectable. Yeah? We pay so very little respect or attention to our mental home. Mental housekeeping is vital when manifesting prosperity and abundance. It's obviously, when you think about it, it makes sense, doesn't it? Because a cluttered mind offers nothing less than chaos, total chaos in your everyday life. The more mind clutter, the more sluggish you'll become. When your mind is filled with clutter, especially clutter of the past, it can literally debilitate your life, and it can be so overwhelming, unbelievable in fact. So decluttering and creating a vacuum will offer instant results. If you think about it, thoughts fill space, ideas fill space, and these all take up room. I mean, one of my favourite sorry about this, one of my favourite analogy of the mind is the one about the garden. And he talks about the garden of your mind, and the subconscious mind being the soil, and the thoughts being the seeds. Now, the thoughts that you think can be seeds that grow into beautiful flourishing flowers, or they can be seeds that grow into weeds that will strangle the little living daylights out of you. So, you know, mental housekeeping is weeding your garden, weeding your mental garden every day. Taking out the things, the thoughts, the ideas, the things that don't serve you well, get rid of them. Take them up, weed your garden every single day. For 30 days, 21 days to break a habit, 30 days to form a new one. Weed your garden, weed your mental garden every day, and plant seeds of abundance daily. It is in your mental home that generates the thoughts, and it's those thoughts that have the ability to change your life for the better. So, by keeping a tidy mind and creating space for positive thoughts, you've a far greater chance of your desires manifesting. Simply by learning to control and guide your thoughts is the key to successful manifestation. As the gorgeous Esther Hicks says, you cannot control thoughts. You have to guide your thoughts. I've asked you all to look and see what your mug's filled with over the last couple of weeks. I mean, this Saturday, which is the 6th of April, you will receive your next set of information, which is all about being in the magic of now. Now, what I will say is manifestation does begin with what your life is filled with. So before you can move on to the next part, you really do have to know what your life is filled with. So we've done all of that. We've established what's in your life, what it is that's making you not feel good. Because everything is about how you feel. So if there's a problematic feeling to what your mug is filled with, if it's a feeling of sadness, cry. Cry till your heart's content. If it's fear, then feel that fear within you and let it go. If you feel angry, make yourself feel like a ticking bomb ready to explode. Let it go. Really feel that feeling. When you've experienced that feeling, accept it and let it go. If you don't feel ready to release the feeling, feel it again and again until you do. You'll come to a point where you feel that you are ready to release and let go. The most powerful aspect of this course of action I'm talking about today is to be consciously aware of your feelings and your negative emotions and learn from them. If you do not learn from your feelings and emotions within you, then your release won't be permanent. Those feelings and emotions will simply regenerate, rearing the ugly head once again at some point. Remember, your emotions are your emotional guidance. They're your guidance through life. Remember that strong emotions are not bad emotions to have. They are your navigators through life, indicating that something isn't right, indicating that it's something that you need to learn from. Once you've released your negative feelings, you'll feel great, and you'll feel like a stream is coming out of your ears, leaving you feeling relaxed, and it's like that stream of steam and like chill. So we've talked about emptying the wardrobe, but if you haven't got any love in your life, make room. If you live on your own, make room. Start to, when you have dinner, sounds ridiculous, make a space, put a dinner setting out for 2 people. Don't mean put 2 plates of food out, set a table for 2 people, make room in your bed. Move over to one side, don't sleep in the middle, make a decision to sleep either side. Make room where you pull your car up to the garage so you've got room behind. Couple of mugs in the, make sure when you make a brew, you've got a couple of mugs. When you put one tea bag in, whatever, or coffee. But you're making room, what you're doing, and write to your lover. Write letters to your lover in advance. How much you love them, how grateful you are that why are you in my life? Why do you make me feel so good? Why am I so lucky to have you in my life? All of this is all creating space. You're making room. You are literally creating space for them. Start with your room. Start one. Do not overface yourself. Take one room at a time, one section at a time. If you're doing a bedroom, one drawer at once. If you try to do more than one thing at once, it's overfacing and you'll just give up. So, first of all, if you're going to do it, clear your bookshelves of any books with any memories of any partners, old friends, any DVDs. Bag up anything that you know that you're not going to use again. Take it to charity. Drawers, cupboards, discard old bills, receipts, throw away old photographs with unhappy memories, throw away old letters from ex-partners. In fact, go outside and burn them. All extremely empowering. What you're doing then, you're giving it over to the universe for the universe to recycle that energy into positive energy. If you've got old, outdated bills, final demands, or even worse, just discard them again. Go outside, burn them. All these toxic memories, to you, if you leave them in drawers, they're just going to keep gathering more stagnant energy. Go through each room systematically until you end up with piles of rubbish bags for the dustbin, a pile for the charity shop, and one for you that's just like what you're going to keep. You'll feel amazing when you've done this. Of course, it's fairly easy to deal with toxic elements within your home. It is another thing when it comes to how having toxicity within your family or your circle of friends, or even worse, your work colleagues. Sorry about that. It's easy to identify these people. Once in their company, you can feel their energy literally being drained from you. So if you meet someone, the minute that you're with someone and you start to feel tired and drained, you know that they're the people that are draining you. Doesn't mean that they're bad people. They don't know what they're doing, but they're surviving off your energy. They're sucking your life force from you. So what you have to do, you have to try to move away from them. Just baby steps backwards. Don't hurt anyone. You can't hurt people. It's not their fault that they're like this. But by gently moving away, you will regain your energy. You will regather the impetus of your energy, and you'll start to feel good again. As I said earlier, forgiveness is the key. If you can forgive, forgiveness is like there isn't a greater gift that you can give yourself than forgiveness. So if you want to empty your life mug, forgive yourself. Which means if you can do that, you will be releasing so much from your mind, your body and your spirit. As I always say to people, forgiveness is like an open wound. If it's left untreated, it will fester into something just awful. If you do not forgive, it will perpetuate other relationships, friendships and situations, and can and very, very easily manifest with a disease within your body and in your mind, actually. If you're not happy with your career, or you feel the current situation at work isn't right, changes are required. Doesn't have to be radical. Take baby steps. Change just means being aware of your motivations. Think seriously before you're thinking of changing a career. The grass isn't always greener. Why do you wish to change? You'll require solid preparation in making a successful career. Identify the steps required in making the change to work for you. Remember, for every action that you take, you'll receive a corresponding reaction. Your career change won't happen without action. And when it comes to relationships, as I've said to many of you before, I can't make that decision for you. But if you really do feel that, you know, you really can't live there anymore, you have to talk to the other person, because really there isn't just one person in this relationship, is there? There's more than one. And if you've got a family, it'll be debilitating the family too if there's rows and what have you. So I hope this has helped you today a little bit. And you know, if you know people that you think it would help, please forward it to them. And let's, as a child, my dream was to save the planet. I'm 57 now, and I'm hoping that by a lot of us being together and changing our vibrations, changing our energy, all being happy together and making a difference in life, you know, this might be a way of my dream coming true. So if you know anybody, please forward this to them, or just mention the Abundance Agenda. It's at www.secretlawofattraction.co.uk, and it's under Abundance Agenda tab. You can join Abundance Agenda Facebook page at Abundance Agenda, or if you'd like to join Facebook Abundance Agenda private group, if you'd like to email me at annette@abundanceagenda.com, and let's try and change this planet. Love to you all. I'll speak with you all tomorrow. Take care and have a marvellous day. It's Magical Monday today. No, it's not. It's Magical Tuesday. Tuesday the 2nd of April. So have a fandabidozy day. See you soon. Bye.